Yeah, some of the risks associated with remote, I'll tell you from my perspective, one of the things that drives me crazy, and maybe this is too harsh to say it drives me crazy, but for example, we something silly, we have these birthday cards that I send out on a monthly basis to people, and we were out of them. And so all of a sudden I had to figure out which numbers we needed, and all of a sudden I'm doing all this administrative work that I would not have done before because any of our administrators that were supporting us were physically right there. And so now I take on more administrative work than I love to do. And so the risks are I ended up doing more of the stuff that I used to get support with. So that sometimes can take me away from doing what I need to do, but not so much that I think it's not unsurmountable. And it's something to think about. How could you maybe structure it in such a way that that doesn't happen for you? It's a little more challenging to onboard people. When you're bringing somebody in, you're hiring them remotely, all of a sudden they're going to work from home. Now you've got to get them equipment, you've got to make sure that they're set up properly. One of the things that we ask for is pictures or videotape of the office that you're setting up. And now we did this before COVID. Right now, because everyone's working from home, it's a little more difficult because some don't physically have the ability to set up for an office. But if you're going to do it long term, you're going to have an expectation that people would have all the equipment that they need. So you can't not have printers in their homes. You can't not have things. So there's a little bit more logistics that you need to deal with when it comes to that. And there needs to be some guidelines around certainly confidentiality and privacy. In my home office, for example, at the end of every day, I take everything and I lock everything up. So there's no way someone could come into my office out of my house that could see something that maybe they shouldn't. And to me, anything they shouldn't see is anything that's got a client's name on it. Doesn't matter what it is. So privacy, that sort of stuff you need to be very clear about. You need to have the right policies and practices in place so employees understand what's expected of them working from home. You need to be careful with security when it comes to the internet. Certainly, you want to get everybody and everything up on the cloud. Make sure that the systems you are expecting people to follow are consistent online on the cloud. And you may see this as a risk that maybe someday, part of the day, somebody might be doing the laundry, or they might put the dishwasher on, or they might run to the store to get something. Make that okay. In some cases, he sat in a car for an hour and a half each way, 3 hours a day to get to you. So give them some time to do a little bit of that stuff at their house. Because I know that I even do that. I'll go put the washer on or something, and then I'll go back to my office. The only thing I hate is you can hear the beep when it's ready. If I'm on a meeting, that's the only part you need to manage. So that's a risk, people. If you're going to do it, make sure no one hears it. The other risk is that people don't realize that you can hear them when they're in the bathroom, and truly, they just shouldn't. Like, really. So we need some etiquette around what's appropriate and what's not. And because I think it's important that, I think for us at Jouta, because we started long before COVID, we put in these really sort of business-like practices just around the way we did it. And I don't know why we can't do that now. Again, for some it's a little more challenging right now with kids at home, but I'm thinking longer term as we consider doing this as businesses.